Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is well. I did. I was wondering if anybody would notice. Hi, Polly. Yeah, every time I upload a VOD onto YouTube, um, I get copyright struck where it doesn't mute the audio, but it means that if I ever got YouTube partner on my VODs channel, I can't monetize anything I've posted so far. Yeah. So I try to find a copyright-free version, like something that even remotely sounded like the Sailor Moon transformation. I can't find anything. But then I looked up and found that apparently a big inspiration for the Sailor Moon transformation theme back in the day was the theme song to the show Magnum PI. So that's the new song. For now. It's just a placeholder until I can find something that actually would be copyright free. Also, hi PB, Mungo, Polly, Christopher, Onyx. Hello, good morning. Those of you that are lurking and don't want to be called out, welcome on in. Good morning. But yeah, I would love a placeholder. I had once upon a time commissioned music for the transformation, but it just didn't quite fit for me. So I don't know. I could always put it, but it just doesn't have the same feel as specifically Sailor Moon's transformation music. It's just a very specific nostalgic feel that I'm looking for. And I can't afford a new song commission. So I'll have to look for a free, copyright-free version somewhere. I'm sure that there's a song out there that someone has created. I just haven't found it. Simple Simon, good morning. So yeah, so the Sailor Moon transformation has made it where the entirety of my VODs channel is non-monetizable. And I'd like for that to change. So we needed to at least change, like I needed at least a placeholder to at least have a reminder to change it, because I got comfortable just leaving it as is. But now I've got the project in my video editing software, and so I can change it at any time, which is good. For those of you who don't know, the baby is not feeling well. So we had a rough night, and the baby is currently napping, which is why I'm able to stream. But it's a rough night, and I've got chills, and I don't know if that's just because I'm overtired or if it's actually because I'm sick with whatever the baby has. I'm not sure. So worst case, we're only going to stream for like an hour this morning, and then I'll go rest. But while I had a window of opportunity to stream, I wanted to take it because, frankly, I don't stream often enough to grow my channel. So I appreciate that, Burr. Or is it Burendi? Burendi? Thank you. Hi, Sybil. Yeah, thank you. So if I'm also a bit sniffly, I'm sorry. Of course, this morning was the morning I decided that I was going to buckle down and walk my 6-year-old to school. And I discovered that she is too heavy to sit in the front of the stroller anymore. So I'm going to have Dad VT look at the double stroller and swap some stuff around, because it's supposed to be where you can have an older kid sit on it. But that's underneath where the baby currently goes, and so stuff needs to get swapped around. So that'll be interesting. But like if she's on the front of the double stroller, it's like, it's physics. It just pitches me forward. It's too much. Raging Inferno, thank you for the follow. I feel like I've seen your name before, though. I've got to be honest. I've seen your name before somewhere. So I don't know if this is a refollow or not, but welcome back. Yeah, the baby's 18 months. And my 6-year-old is much too heavy to be sitting on the front of the double stroller. It's wieldy. It's hard to push. So I need to swap her to the little kid seat that's underneath where the baby currently is. And we can try that. And then other than that, I might not be able to do my plan of walking the boat to school. It's a lot. She's a bit heavy. So yeah, I feel like I've seen that name before and I don't know where. Ren or Burr is fine. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately the baby is sick. And so now it's a matter of trying my best to not also succumb to sickness because moms don't get sick days. I still have to be able to function. So my 18-month-old is hard to carry, Mungo. So like I feel your pain. It's just, I'm weak and old. So the 18-month-old is I can't carry him for extended periods of time anymore. All right, Sybil, thank you for the water redeem. Thank you. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and I apologize. Is it Boitia? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Mom is not down with the sickness, PB. I am not down with the sickness. The sickness has got me down. There's a big difference. But yeah, I'm like sniffly and not like sniffa, but sniffly. Can't even carry heavy rice. But I know, I feel like I just feel like such a weak person. But like I need to start with just walking because my knees are so bad. Sniffa. Wow, those are some fast sniffas. Yeah, I need to start going to the gym too, but my arms are gonna be sore after pushing the stroller like that for over 2 miles. It's over a mile walk to the school, so it's been over 2 miles there and back. I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh, he woke up. I'm sorry. Do you need me to take him back?
Anyway, apparently NyQuil only gives me 5 hours.
Really? I'm sorry, hon. You just exercise using your Oculus Quest headset? Like doing like Beat Saber and stuff? PB, you should have a redeem on your channel. Hi, Thunderbird. Yeah, sorry, everybody. This is going to be a chill, low energy stream. You see, I'm not feeling great either, which is unfortunate. Similar to Beat Saber. Wait, what does Supernatural do? Like, because I know how Beat Saber works. So, like, Beat Saber, it's a lot of arm movements. What's Supernatural? Like, what do you do in Supernatural? Violet, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Maybe I should move the alert box like out of my face. Oh, there it is. We'll just move it a little bit over. There we go. That'll be fine. And Blind Melon Lord, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. GB Faith, hello. Yeah, you have a wonderful day too. You're having a day too. Violet, I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. But yeah, that's that's the thing with time. It just keeps marching on. So even if you're having a bad day today, today will end. Then we'll be at tomorrow before we know it, You can mediate or meditate using the flow batons to hit targets. Is that what it's called? Flow batons? Wolf Knight, hello. Welcome on in. Baked potato JPEG. Thank you for the follow. I like your name. I like your name quite a lot, actually. Yeah, you can't appreciate the light without the dark. You can't appreciate rainbows without some rain. You're sleeping. You haven't even done anything today. I haven't done well. I mean, the walk, but aside from that, I haven't done more than usual. Okay, Onyx. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. In some humor, I saw some people discussing their experiences with sex ed while they were in school, and an acquaintance of mine, Dandy Demon, apparently the teacher wrote a bunch of STDs in the board, and then want to know the worst one of all, and then they just wrote "baby" in all caps on the blackboard, and it's like, oh, today I learned that babies are an STD. Whoops. Eldritch Nirvana, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Yeah, who knew, right? Your boyfriend helps you. Good. I'm glad that you have someone in your corner. Wolf Knight, good. Yeah, I got back from the walk and was like sweating profusely and like couldn't cool down, and now I'm like wrapped up in a blanket. I'm so cold. I got my slippers on, wrapped up in a blanket, trying to like warm up again. And whenever I get done with stream, I might just go and like get back into bed for a little bit and just get under the comforter and just sit and try to warm up. Yours is just to scare you. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I live in the United States, and granted, I was in high school over 20 years ago. I just had my 20-year reunion last summer. But I remember it was like we didn't do the trope of like the learning how to use a condom by putting on a banana. We didn't do that. And I feel like that kind of got tossed to the wayside in favor of abstinence only programs in the United States, which don't work. Sorry. It doesn't work. Like the data says it doesn't work, and yet people keep pushing the abstinence only, and it's like that doesn't work. Not to mention teaching them that like, well, don't have sex, and they're like, oh, so we can do everything but, and it's like you still get STDs that way, but you don't get taught that. But I had an orthodontist appointment the morning because they knew that nobody wanted to see the STD slideshow that they showed, where it shows pictures of what the STD symptoms look like. Things, it's really like a traumatic lesson. And it just so happened the morning that they surprised everybody with that and showed the slideshow, I had an orthodontist appointment, so I didn't get to see it. Oops, but that's okay. I don't need to see a picture of genital warts to know that I don't want them. Yeah, the data, the data doesn't lie and stuff like that, but they'll just keep pushing it because they're like, well, if we tell them not to, then they won't. And it's like, no, they still will. I mean, full disclosure, I mean, like my oldest is like, I'm going to wait till marriage. And I'm like, that's great. I said the same thing. And then your father knocked me up in college and we had to get married. So like, stuff happens. I'd rather my kids are at least prepared for it and like to actually talk talk about it. Because I was an overachiever. I was a gifted kid when I was younger, and I was an overachiever all the way through high school. I was student body president my senior year, and then yeah, got knocked up like within a year of becoming sexually active. So actual actual educational sex ed probably would have helped me, and I waited until college, so. Oh, I crashed pretty hard too, Sybil, but that's why I'm a VTuber on the internet. I think a lot of VTubers were definitely overachievers when we were younger. Now I get to be a mom who doesn't even have only has one hair out of place, literally. Why do kids do things that we tell them not to do? I don't know, Marcus, but it's kind of the same thing. Like you can tell a kid not to touch a hot stove, and some will listen. Some will understand that there's a reason why you're telling them not to, and they'll even if they don't understand why you're telling them not to, when you get into it and like don't touch the hot stove because it's hot and it'll burn you, and then they go, "Oh, okay." And then there's others that you can tell them not to touch the hot stove, and you can wax poetic about the dangers of it, and they will still touch that hot stove and have to learn for themselves why you don't touch a hot stove. And that's just how it is. And all you can do is just kind of be there in the aftermath and still be supportive. So, um, before I forget, if I may ask people to retweet it, because the Twitch, or not Twitch, well, yes, but the Twitter algorithm always hates me anyways. But I thought I'd be kind of funny, but then also kind of like halfway hopeful. But I shot my shot on Twitter. Hold on. And because I don't know if you guys saw, Ludwig apparently lost a bet, so he had to make a VTuber model. And so you know what? Like, I don't know, Cha Cha, your V mom, had the same kind of numbers as me before Fillion decided to feature her on her channel and go, "Yep, this is my mom." And now Cha Cha, your V mom is streaming to like hundreds and hundreds of people. And all it took was one big person featuring her to like kind of put her in the spotlight. So I'm shooting my shot. Ludwig is now officially a VTuber, so like that'll happen. But I figured it was harmless. You never know. So shot my shot. So if you guys don't mind retweeting it, liking and retweeting it for engagement, and even commenting on it, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, Sybil. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where like, why not? Worth a shot. A Terranox recently like tagged, who was it? Vienna, Chibidoki, and Zentrea was like, "Oh, my dream Lethal Company collab." And all three of them got back to her and were like, "Yeah, that sounds fun." So it's like, you know what? Dreams come true. Let's shoot our shot. Why not? And if this one doesn't work, maybe I'll just start randomly shooting a shot. Like, "Hey, random big streamer, do you want a anime mom?" Maybe next time I'll shoot my shot and be like, "Hey, Kai Sinat, do you want an anime mom?" Ooh, okay. First of all, I don't want this chat to ever. It's a slippery slope when you start to get into criticisms of other people, Sybil. So like, I'm not going to delete and I'm not going to time you out or anything, but like, I'm just going to cut that conversation off, in its specificity. Does that make sense? But you guys all know Well, no, I can talk about that. AI, as far as AI art is wrong because the entire way it's built is that it basically scrapes the internet and then Frankensteins together whatever the image is from existing art on the internet that somebody made. So it steals people's art, and that's not okay. There are certain uses for AI that I do think are good. For example, I do think that the use of AI with like, like medical scans being AI would be able to pick up patterns in like, for example, like AI would be able to catch tiny, tiny little anomalies in an X-ray that the human eye in the human error might have missed. So like AI as a whole, you can't just blanket say AI is bad, but AI art is stolen art. And that's my stance on AI. Like for example, my daily posts that I post on basically all my other social accounts, the captioning, the subtitling, I actually do that with AI. I use Veed.io. If I had to do it all manually, I wouldn't be able to do the daily post. But it's not recreating work, the post itself, the video itself, me in the video, none of that is AI. That is me recording it every single post. But in order to be able to put out daily posts, I use V.io's subtitling, and it uses the voice recognition, I guess. And so it's like part of that is also AI. Anything so like text to speech, things like that. Like there are elements of AI to a lot of that stuff that we kind of take for granted because we don't think about it. But it has to have some sort of AI to be able to know what you're saying. But I think that's okay. But AI visual arts and AI musical art, I'm not okay with that. And that's my official stance on this channel. So like I've encouraged people have asked, "Oh, can we do fan art? Can we do not safe for work fan art?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of ask first about the not safe for work, just to make sure it's nothing I wouldn't be comfortable with, but I would prefer if anybody did art of me, Mom VT, that it is not AI generated. That's my stance on AI art. So thank you, Elsa, and thank you for the follow. Alpha Wolf, welcome on in. Eldritch Nirvana, I don't remember if I thanked you or not. Thank you for the follow. And thank you for the water redeem. I forgot about that. AI voices as well, Marcus. So I think there's some confusion that a lot of people have. Vocaloids are not AI. Vocaloids like Hatsune Miku and a whole bunch of those. And there's a new one of them's coming back. Izuna. Those are Vocaloids, which is there is a voice bank of like syllables and pitches and stuff like that. That everything that they do is made from that, but it's already like a pre-recorded thing. It is not AI. AI. Yes. See, like PB, I think that's totally fine. Something that kind of scrapes that, but like it's not stealing anybody's work. It helps you identify who they are when you shout them out. That's fine because it's not stealing anything. Does that make sense? Like then it's not malicious intent for profit, I suppose. Does that make sense? And that's the thing. So like for like voice banks aren't AI generated. The AI voices, that's actually a big problem with like voice acting in general right now. And there's a predatory practice that they do for unknowns where there are AI companies they'll pay good money to voice actors trying to get in the business. They'll pay them tens of thousands of dollars to record their voice for their AI voice program. But in doing so, those voice actors basically sign away the rights to their own voice. So, like, just because they're not known now, it makes it where it's like, oh, well, like, for example, Siri. I think the voice for Siri, the original voice for Siri, either Siri or Alexa, or both, actually, honestly. But I remember I saw the voice actress talking about it, that she had sold her voice to a company years ago, and then Apple bought the rights to her voice, and she gets nothing from its use. She gets no money. And her voice is one of the most well-known voices in the industry now. And it's really predatory, and it's unfair to the actors. But, you know, when you're a struggling actor and you're struggling to make ends meet, yeah, that big paycheck is very tempting. And it's like you're asking someone to pass on being able to afford groceries. It's just really predatory. And I don't like it. But, you know, the powers that be, they're going to do whatever they can to pay people as little as possible so that they can make as much profit as possible. And that's just the way it is. Oh yeah, that's right. PB, you're correct. Hollywood's also trying to do that. They're doing like body scans, and they'll pay people for a body scan, but then basically they have the right to your likeness. So like you can't be an actor really after that because they have the right to your likeness. It's bizarre. It's really, really bizarre. Yeah, they took away all the fun parts that that all the fun things are being automated, and then there, don't worry, you can still, you know, have to go in office and slog away at your desk job, crunching numbers. Susan? Oh no, I mean, obviously, like, there's nothing she can do about it. So to continue to be bitter about it would just be exhausting. And I have Siri, and I picked the one that sounds like Jake from State Farm. But it is frustrating. We're not in disagreement, but she does that. She has made the valid point that the fact that they used her voice and she didn't get a single penny is bull, and it's unfair. And it's like, yeah, contractually, that's what the agreement was. And once she got paid by that one company, she didn't get a right to say how they sold her voice. But it's still, considering how widely used her voice was, and she didn't get a penny from it. It's predatory, and I stand on that. Using prototypes? I mean, to use stand-ins, but using AI, why not just, if you need stand-ins, just draw a stick figure. Or like, depending on what it is, if it's a 3D model, Vroid is free. Or they're incredibly cheap. There's entire markets online for 3D assets. There's no reason to use AI for any of it. There's an AI lawyer? No thanks. Although I do think it'd be funny to that just sounds like a VTuber concept. Yeah, Sybil, oh my god, can AI finally, like, why can't they make AI do my dishes and my laundry for me? Because I hate those. They never end, you know? But like I said, like, me personally, I use v.io to caption, to do the subtitles for all of my posts, and I wouldn't be able to do the posts if I was having to subtitle them by manually, you know. But that's not stealing anything. That is just, it's listening. The program listens to my voice and turns it into text. I think that's okay. And then, you know, AI use in medical scans make sense because sometimes things are missed. But AI would be able to, the pattern recognition in AI would make it valuable for things like that. So, yeah, no, fortunately, the lady that voiced Siri originally, she's gotten other work. But imagine if that was it. Oh my God, Siri, stop! I wasn't asking you. Shh. All right, we can't say the name because then my phone starts freaking out. Go, what? What do you need? What do you need? Copyright should have protected artists from it, but they didn't because the powers that be are the ones that get to decide that. Wish you could just plug your brain into the computer and pulls all my ideas out. Oh no, I would love. I mean, Master Biggles, like I've mentioned to you, um, I'm gonna be attempting to draw a summer model for myself because I can't afford a commission, and it might take me 8,000 years. And it's like I wish that what I'm picturing in my head that I could just download it onto my computer, what I see in my head, but I can't. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna plug in a prompt in AI and go, "Oh, but it was my idea." No, because I understand that, yes, it may look close to what the idea in my head is, but I had to scrape the internet for other people's artistic works to create it. So no, I'm gonna try to draw it myself. Wait, Discord also just rolled out built-in apps to use AI to do stuff with image posts. Great. I've mentioned before that once upon a time I worked for Logitech. Oh, by the way, Chronic. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I got on my big tangent and forgot to say hello. Chronic gamer guy, hello. I'm so sorry. I just got on my soapbox. Um, I've talked on here before that I used to work for Logitech before they did big layoffs. And since then I've kind of given up on being able to work in the gaming industry. I just there's no jobs. They everywhere's laying off and have been for years and they're not hiring people back. So kind of given up on that. But I did briefly have a couple interviews before I started not hearing back from anywhere. And one of them was, I'm not going to say which company, but one of them was a Shinkage. I would love to work for an indie company, but they would need an influencer manager, which is what I did. And a lot of indie companies don't have that position. Like I would love to be a community manager or influencer manager or marketing manager. And it's going to be impossible to get those jobs now. God, it never worked out. I had an interview. I got to the last interview stage with a VR set company. And I was talking to basically the CEO, and it was the most uncomfortable, awkward interview ever. He was not socially comfortable, whatever was going on. Like he wouldn't make eye contacts through Skype, I guess. Also, we did the interview on Skype, and this was only like 2 years ago. So if that tells you anything, I had to download Skype to do an interview with the CEO. But he asked me like, "Oh, well, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with like AI," and then he also asked me about like my stance on NFTs because they were really going to get into NFTs, and I tried to give the best like bland non-answer I could because I needed the job. But like at the time, it was like, why are you just now trying to get into NFTs? NFTs are already dead. Like I don't know what they were thinking, but I didn't end up getting the job. I don't know who did. I have no idea, but I didn't get the job. I really wanted to, I just wanted a job in the industry, guys. Like I would have had to shill AI and NFTs, but I was willing to do it for the job and I still didn't get it. So, and not all NFTs are scams, but generally speaking, like it's just, it by the time they were trying to get in on NFTs, it was already a dying a dying medium. So I don't know, what was that ape club called? Like the like ugly apes or grody apes. I don't know what they were. Whatever. All I know is like I don't know. People were paying like tens of thousands of dollars for these ugly apes, and just. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate it. And it's like, I don't know. I guess the idea that you're like paying for a collectible is fine, but people are like trying to buy NFTs to later make a profit off of them. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this. It's kind of like every single time some new like 15 minutes of fame, a celebrity pops up and they've started their own cryptocurrency. And it's like, I don't know how to tell you this. But the most value that coin's going to have is when you purchased it. Like, I just don't know how to explain to people that like the ones that like granted like I in hindsight I wish that I had gotten a Bitcoin when they started. They were like a couple $100 and I was way too poor when that was the thing. There's no way. So it's like if you got in on Bitcoin when it was like brand new years and years and years ago, like more power to you because they're worth a lot now, but everything else besides Bitcoin. And if you didn't get in on Bitcoin early, like you're not going to make money off of it. It's like I don't know. It's just way volatile, and I just feel like it's just like the newest way for like rich people to try to launder money and just like make their money make money. You know, like anytime that there's a like the Haktua girl had a cryptocurrency that immediately they pulled the rug out on that and she disappeared because it was a scam, but people bought into it for the memes, I guess. But yeah, generally speaking, most cryptocurrencies are only going to benefit the people that created the cryptocurrency, not anybody who actually buys into it. Although I do like, I don't know. I have a cousin whose husband like plays the cryptocurrency markets and makes money that way, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like that's just really risky and very stressful and just not the kind of life I would want. I'd rather not invest personally. Like if I have the money for Dogecoin, I'd rather just get a dog. I think that would bring a lot more happiness into my life. Yeah, 99% of them are just money laundering. Yeah, I agree with that. Mom coin. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Chronic. Yeah, I just miss Tibbers. I miss my dog. To be honest, he was a good dog. Art market is mostly money laundering. Yeah, actually, that's interesting. Rich people will buy art. So like they'll buy a painting from an artist for like 20,000. Not even. They'll buy art from someone for like $2,000. And then they will go to their friend who happens to be an art appraiser. And the art appraiser that they're friendly with will appraise the art that they purchased for $2,000 for $20,000. And so now they've basically already made an $18,000 profit. And so they can either sell that art or they then donate it to a museum. They donate the art to an exhibit, and then they get the what $20,000 art that they donated, they get to write that off in their taxes. So that's how the laundering works. Dreamer, hello, welcome on in. Well, Sybil, I hope that you have an art appraiser friend that will tell you the art you purchased for a couple thousand is worth tens of thousands. But you need the art appraiser friend first. Yeah, that's how that works. That's why rich people are very into buying art. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have one either. You made an asset where everyone wins, I get fired. Wait, what? You made a coin that actually benefited? I know I know a little about a lot of things. So, like, I'm pretty good at trivia night, but I'm certainly not an expert on any one thing. You got fired for making a product to help people? Exactly, Chicago. I'm sorry, but that's not the point of capitalism. You can't have everybody helped out by capitalism. Literally, the entire system is based off of the haves and the have-nots. Literally, like, and that's not me being political. Like, in order for capitalism to work, you have to have people that have and the people that have not. You need people with the resources, and then you need people that need to buy those resources from the people that have them. Like, that is how the system is built. So no, we can't have a system that helps everybody if you're under capitalism. Lion, wait, what did you guys watch? I saw that earlier. What show did you guys watch? You got called a socialist? Yeah, I don't in the United States, getting called like a communist or a socialist is like getting called a slur. But I genuinely think most people, when they throw those words around, they don't actually know what those systems of those economy systems even mean. Well, I mean, socialist policies are why we have national and state parks and libraries and roads and firemen, you know, like those aren't capitalist. Like, you can't have a library under capitalism. You can't. The principles of capitalism don't allow for libraries to exist. Under capitalism, you could technically have a library, but you could never check out anything for free. You would have to pay a rental fee. So, this is not us being political. That's literally how those systems operate. Like, that's just facts. So, Skittle Switch, thank you for the 5 biddies. I appreciate it. Well, it's like what is it still the current postmaster general? Is like, well, the post office postal service doesn't turn a profit, and it's like, I don't know how to tell you this, and you're in the position where you should know better than me, but the postal service was never meant to turn a profit. That's not why it was created. It was not meant to be a tax revenue, or it was not meant to be a revenue source for the rest of the government. Like, it was like, it was never meant to be a profitable thing. Like, UPS, yeah, the someone started that with the intention of making a profit. US Postal Service, nah, that was a service provided by the government. It started way back when they had stations to rest the horses. What happened to no politics? What do you mean? This isn't political opinions. This is just facts. On the house, thank you for the follow. Yeah, this isn't like a political opinion. The US Postal Service was not created to turn a profit. It wasn't. It was created so that mail could get from one point to any other point. My model is what? Blind Melon Lord. You didn't finish your statement and now I'm nervous. Shinkaka, you're fine. I just appreciate you guys being here, honestly. Oh, thank you. Blind Melon Lord. Yeah, it left me hanging and I was very nervous what you're going to say next. I was like, oh goodness. I probably should learn how to use like a dictation program, considering that if the little one wants my attention, he's not going to let me touch my keyboard. Oh, thank you, Penny. Again, this isn't political, but just personal info about me as a person. Once upon a time, 13, 14 years ago, I was newly divorced, 2 kids, single mom, was a teacher but couldn't get a full teaching job. So even though teachers were at the time, the teaching salary was like $34,500. I couldn't get a job as a teacher. They didn't need new teachers. So I was an assistant teacher for $21,000. Newly divorced, 2 children. Obviously couldn't afford to live on our own, so I had to move back in with my parents. And I remember one day in my parents' very large kitchen, I told my mom that I was scared because I might have to apply for food stamps because I couldn't afford groceries for all 3 of us. And my mom looked me in the eye and she told me, if you get an EBT card, don't talk to me in public. And if you get food stamps, if you get an EBT card, I'm going to pretend like I don't know you in public. So like, if anyone thinks I'm political, and it's like, you want to know what radicalized mom? You want to know what my flashpoint was? So me personally, I've already told my older kids, and I'll tell my younger kids when they're old enough, but my kids, they didn't ask to be born. They didn't ask for the struggle. And if I have the means, I will help them. Like, I don't want my kids to have to take out loans for college if we don't have to. And if they do, I'll take the loans out so that they're not saddled for life with student loan debt. Because literally, if I can do anything to help my kids so that they don't have to suffer and struggle like I did when they were little, I'm going to do it. So, she was worried about the optics of that. Me being on food stamps would be embarrassing. Not that it's supposed to be there. That's what it is a social safety net, but okay. Guys, thank you so much for the biddies. Mommy Dom, Taxi Lesbian. I like your name. And Skittles Witch. Guys, thank you so much for that. And you guys kickstarted a hype chain. I really do appreciate it. Plant trees for others to enjoy a shade that you may not even get to see. Yeah, Breath Bowl, exactly. Oh, thank you for joining the Discord and have a good day. Shinkake, I hope you have a good day. So, these are the things that kind of like shape who I am. I have everybody calls me mom. Dreamer, go for it. I do have very strong opinions. I don't always share them, but now you guys know my villain origin story. But yeah, I was one of those people that my parents raised me to think that being on unemployment meant you were like a drain to society. And it's like, no. Now that I'm older, I realize that I should have, if I did was in between jobs, I should have just taken the unemployment because that's why it's there. And when you are employed, you're constantly paying into your unemployment. So it's supposed to be there as a safety net for you that you paid into already. But I was taught different. I was taught that, oh, you're a drain. And it's like just some of the like unlearning a lot of stuff that I was taught growing up is wild, you know. There is. It should be linked underneath my stream down in my little info box. Oh yeah, that's the thing. One of the biggest scams is telling people that certain jobs are quote unskilled jobs. Like I've never worked in a fast food restaurant personally. I worked at the front. I was a greeter or the seating person at a Chili's for a summer, but like I've never worked in fast food, but I can guarantee that I would not be able to work fast food. It would probably literally run me into the ground and kill me. You know, but like this idea that there are certain unskilled jobs and that's why it's justification to pay them less. And it's like, okay, you go do it then. If it's that easy, you know. Bill the Bad, thank you for the follow. And thank you for the water redeem dreamer. Guys, thank you for the hype train. It means a lot. We don't pay garbage people nearly enough. Mitch Latussi, thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. You guys now know my villain origin story is that conversation in the kitchen, my childhood kitchen. Well, yeah, I'm just speaking for the United States, and again, this is not me being political. This is literally facts. The U.S. never actually completely got rid of slavery. If you read the 14th Amendment, we still have slavery. It's just in the form of incarceration, people in jail, prison labor. So like we still have it. So there is an incentive in the United States for prisons to keep population up because the prisons make profit off of sending out their prisoners to do labor for companies. They do labor contracts and the prison makes money off of them, which is why in the United States, we don't have rehabilitation. We have incarceration, where then when you look at other countries, when someone is in jail, they try to rehabilitate them in the sense of like where they can go out and be a productive member of society again. The way the United States is designed is that they really want to keep you in jail because they can profit off of your labor. And I'm sorry, that's not a political opinion. That is literally facts. Guys, thank you for that hype train. It means a lot. I appreciate it. That's why like it's everywhere in the US too. It's not just like specific states. For example, California, widely known as one of the most blue, liberal, Democrat stronghold states in the United States, has a lot of issues with wildfires. And so prison labor works in California often as firefighters. They have them doing firefighting. So they have to be trained to be able to fight the fires. And then when they get out of jail, they cannot get employment as firefighters despite being trained to be firefighters because they're felons. So even though it's a job that they are trained to do, and even though while they were in prison, they were used for that purpose and risked their lives to fight fires, when they get out of prison, they cannot legally be firefighters. Is that fair? Personally, I don't think so. But I'm generally of the opinion that if somebody has served their sentence, they served their sentence. This idea of like permanently punishing people, like, oh, you were a felon. Well, you can't get a job and you can't vote and you can't do anything. And your entire rest of your life also is going to be hamstringed because you had 2 drug possessions and they threw the book at you. You know, I don't agree with that. Okay, Penny. I think there's a command for it. I think. There it is. Well, I think the thing too is that like when someone hears that you're a felon, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're dangerous," and it's like, I mean, if you had felony drug possession, you really were only a danger to yourself, I guess. But like, I don't know. Yep, the revolving prison door, exactly. So here's to hoping I never get put in jail because Lord knows I would never get out. I believe there was a TikTok account that used to like she used to go over things like that her mom learned in prison. So like different things like makeup and like hair care and stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Chronic. But like there is like a whole culture within prisons that's just as someone who's never been to prison, it's so funny to me. And like I feel like I have never watched it and I never finished the book actually, but Orange is the New Black I feel is like most people's only exposure to like and Oz back in the day. If anybody remembers the show Oz. And like I feel like that's all the exposure to like what jail life is like that people have, but um there's like an entire culture to it, which is wild. Something I just genuinely won't understand. And it's like I don't think that we can understand like really get it unless you've been there and then in that case. So that's why I think understanding and sympathy are very important because yeah, I've never been there, but I'm human and so is that felon, you know. Maybe I am sick. I feel like the conversation today is taking a real weird turn. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I did not have this planned. It hasn't been confirmed, but the reason why gangbangers from prison would sag their pants, I don't know why they I don't know why people sag their pants. It's not the signal that you think that you're sending, I guess. Or maybe it is. You know what? Mom doesn't kink shame or judge, so but it signals availability. So yeah, but that's the thing is that like I mean, they do you can't have belts and things like that, but like um I think I like the pant your clothes still fit you. So like them sagging their pants is a choice. Ova Star, thank you for the follow. And granted, I haven't been to prison personally, so I can't confirm it, but the what I had heard was that when you sag your pants, you're signaling um let's say romantic availability. Ova. Okay. And so then people like, I don't know. Once upon a time, I've worked in high school and seeing kids sagging their pants. I'm like, I don't think you're signaling what you think. Like, I get it's a fashion statement, but I don't think that means what you think it means. Like having a bandana in your pocket signals certain things, depending. Or if you're in the villages in Florida, loofahs on the top of your golf cart. not the statement you want. Maybe. If it's deliberate, more power to you. I'm just saying that you should know. Nothing really says about you. Fair enough. Maybe I should Google it first. That's the thing. You don't know what you don't know, right? So, well, like for example, my daughter sent me a link asking to download a DN Thunder. Thank you for the follow. I think I have that right. My daughter sent me a thing, a request to download a VPN app. And I was like, well, first of all, why do you need this? And second of all, because she was at school, and I was like, well, and then second of all, I'm going to need to research it first before I approve this one. And she messaged back, well, my friend's been using it for 2 years and I need it. Like, I understand why she needs it, but she's like, oh, my friend's been using it for 2 years. And I'm like, well, your friend might not be using a safe VPN. You know, like, it doesn't matter that your friend's been doing it. If your friend would jump off a cliff, would you also jump off a cliff? You know? So I looked it up and I was just like, no, that one's actually known for having malware. Absolutely not. So I tried to look up safer alternatives and sent her one and never heard back. It was like, I'm sorry that your friend uses that one in particular. Wait, kids download Signal and get connected to people using it for secure communications? Really? Yeah. Oh, well, my friend uses it. That's great. Hi, honey. Oh, Monkey, thank you for the stretch redeem.
How am I not supposed to poke you?
Oh, I'm not feeling good. I might end soon. I don't feel warm, do I? This stomach doesn't feel good. Can you do me a favor? Okay. Can you do me a favor now?
Maybe later. What is it?
Can you get me water? Thank you. I don't know chronic, but I do know that the little one is not feeling well. He's got a sore throat and a cough and a sneeze. Sneezy sneezes. So we're struggling a bit. Yeah, I mean, it's still technically winter, so people get sick a lot in the wintertime. Thank you. I'm working on it. But like I said, my goal was just to stream for at least an hour. So like if I have to like dip out or something, I will let you guys know. But anyways, actually, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back, okay? Hello. I threw up. I'm okay. I feel better now. It's okay. That's why I kind of left pretty abruptly. I'm sorry, but I feel better now. So, what else? Oh, tagging onto the art conversation we had earlier. One of my biggest pet peeves, and granted, now I'm paranoid. I'm going to check after stream to make sure that I'm not an offender of this. One of my biggest pet peeves is when someone doesn't credit art for their content, for their channel. You should always credit your artists for everything. And there was a streamer who was a guest on a friend's stream recently, and I liked their model. So while they were during their collab, I went and looked at all of their socials and tried to find if they had their artist for their model credited anywhere, literally anywhere. Nope, no credit, nothing, no credits for anything, not even emotes, absolutely no art credits. And so I went, oh, okay, well, they're still streaming, so may I ask who your artist and rigger was? And they dodged the question about the rigger and then didn't even address the fact that they didn't even address the art. And so then I clarified after that, because they only kind of made a joke about rigging. I was like, oh, well, what about your artist? And then they just like didn't answer. It was like an even more vague dodge of the question. And so now it's like, all right, well, I have no interest in supporting you as a VTuber then. If you can't even credit your artist for your model, the whole reason why you're even able to stream as that character. I was so annoyed. It was just, credit your artists. Come on, it's not that hard. Like, I get it if like you forget to update, or if like you've forgotten just one, like, oh, you got like emotes and you forgot that one of them came from somewhere else or something. Like, I get it that there's some human error there, but I'm sorry if like you got asked. Like, I tried to look it up elsewhere and just nothing, no credit whatsoever. It's like it spontaneously appeared and they just exist. And God, I was so annoyed. So, but that's the thing, Marcus. No, I know some VTubers do their own and then they would just say, oh, I drew it myself. Why would you avoid the question then? Like, I've never been shy about the fact that this model was done by KK all the way, model and rigging. Because if that gets another client for my model artist and rigger, that's good. But this person's like gatekeeping their model artist and rigger, I guess. And it's like, someone else commissioning your artist doesn't take away from your model and your channel. It's the most bizarre thing I don't understand. Models can be stolen, but not like that. Oh, do you mean like maybe that person stole the model? I mean, it's always a possibility, but I guess they'll get called out eventually. But I'd be surprised because like this is a partnered streamer and they've got a couple hundred viewers. I'm surprised by now if they had stolen the model that it hasn't been pointed out. So no, it's more the simple answer. The more likely answer is that they commissioned someone, but they're not willing to share the info on the commission. Like, even just being, oh, I commissioned it from this person, go support their art, but they it was like a favor to me that they made the model because they're a friend of mine. So they don't normally do VTuber models and they probably won't do commissions for them. That's an answer. Or this is the model's name, but if you go and try to look them up on Twitter, they're not there anymore. They're no longer active. That's an answer. But like, I don't understand this thing of like avoiding answering. Just give me a name. That's why I asked. Like, even if they don't normally make models, like maybe I like the art style and would like to support their art, Maybe I'd like to see their art on my timeline. any number of reasons, but they just were not going to tell me a name. And now I have no interest in supporting that VTuber. Like, if you're not going to support your artists, I don't have to support you either. I'll go support artists. So yeah, that happened recently, and it's still annoying me, basically. But that's okay. Realistically, you know what? Like, literally, if it was an issue of them trying to gatekeep their model artists so that no one has a model like them, I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I sat down and really worked at it, I could just draw the same sort of model if I really wanted to. And we've talked in here before that I want to draw, and it's not even a style that mom would be in. That's the thing. Like, it's like it was gonna be an artist that Scarberry reached out to. But it's like pretty sure that if I already want to learn rigging, and I'm already practicing art, there's like I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to make something similar. And it wouldn't be tracing because I wouldn't trace, and it wouldn't be copying because there'd be enough differences. But it's like the cons, like the idea of the model, like you're not going to tell me who the artist is. I can just draw one draw one myself, you know? And that's fine. But I'd rather know who the artist is that made the original art that I liked, you know, so that I could support them. Just bizarre. I don't understand this apprehension that some content creators, but usually VTubers have, like, gatekeeping their artists. Like, if the artist doesn't want to take on more clients, that's their choice. But to like not tell anybody who your artist or rigger is just the most bizarre thing to me. It's like, are you not even like proud of the work they did? Because you're using it. So I would think that you like the work, but you don't want them to get more commissions. Why? I've never understood it. I don't get it. If someone can explain that to me. Sorry, tangent over. I know that like we just had like 10 people leave because I guess I was being too negative. I'm sorry, guys. It just was really bothering me. It's like, I'm usually a very supportive person, but if you're not going to support artists, I'm definitely going to be side-eyeing you, you know? It's like one of those things, you know, same thing of going back and like VTubers using AI, and it's like literally the whole VTubing community is built off of the backs of artists. So like, just respect artists. It's not that hard. But anyways, off of my soapbox. I'm sorry. I'm done. Sorry, guys. I just didn't get all the bitterness out when I threw up. So just had to get a little bit more out. But anyways, in other news, I entered a song cover in a song contest recently, and the song cover I posted on my clips and content channel, the short form content channel. It's the same place that my daily posts go up. Hi, Big Raph. I'm probably going to regret this later, but I will post the link in chat of my song cover. So if anybody wants to go listen to that, it's a song that I sing quite a lot to the little ones. So yeah, my song cover. Also, guys, we are one follower away from 4,200, which is impressive because never really thought that I would ever get there with this channel. And we're almost there, which is wild. Kappa Bubba, thank you for the 4,200th follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Rose, thank you for the follow. my original channel, Scarberry, has 4,407 followers. So I feel like that'll be like a big day. I feel like that'll be a big day when this channel passes that one. Thank you, Kappa Bub. I appreciate it. Vaude, hello. Welcome on in. And Rose, thank you for the follow as well. I don't know. When we get to 5,000 followers, I'll probably do like just like a kind of celebrate, just without announcing it, when we pass my other channel, and then when we hit 5,000, I'll maybe we'll plan something. We'll do a celebration. I'm not feeling the best, Vod, and the little one is definitely sick, but you know, we do the best we can. We keep on keeping on and all that. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. But no, I'm going to be trying to take care of myself. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to be trying to feel better and rest up as much as I can. Finally ready. Go enjoy your lunch. Chronic, thank you for popping in. Love you too, friend. I hope you have a good day. Fahad, thank you. I'm going to stretch. Okay. Get care package and stuff. I mean, I've never gotten a care package for being sick, but generally I'm not sick for that long. Last winter, or I guess it's still winter. At the end of last year, I got pneumonia. That wasn't fun. That put me down for like 6 weeks, but for the most part, I'm better. Like, it kind of put things in perspective. That's why, like, I'm not feeling that great, but I made sure to stream today anyways, because I want to grow, and we want to be a Twitch partner someday, and I need to be consistent on more than just my daily posts. I need to actually stream and chat with you guys if we're gonna make it. So, and you guys seem to like when we just come in and chat. Do you guys like this better, where it's just like I just kind of yap and we just talk about whatever? J-Dog, thank you for the follow. Or should I start trying to do like planned topics for the day? I don't know what you guys prefer. Chris the Cat VT, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. Unplanned yap is fine. All right, thank you, Brothpool. That's the thing. Like, as I would love to have a proper schedule up like I used to, but with the littlest one at home, like I can't afford daycare. But Draculina, hello. Draculina, beautiful. How are you doing? Thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate you. Welcome on in. Guys, Tiny Draculina is a beautiful VTuber. Please go check her out. She's very small. There you go. Very, very beautiful. Very, very talented. I'm doing okay. Thank you, Draculina. Yeah, we're having fun, I think. I'd like to think that we're having fun. The littlest one is not feeling well, and because of that, I'm also a little under the weather. But, we keep on keeping on. We keep on pushing, ball up top, all that good stuff. So we're just kind of hanging out for a little bit. I already had to run to the restroom for a quick sick break not that long ago. If I start to feel sick again, though, I'll probably have to wrap up for the day. But I want to start streaming more often, so I had an opportunity to stream. I'm trying to take it. Mom ain't no quitter, you know, so. Moms don't get sick days. What did you do today? Were you just chatting too, or were you playing a game today? Hi, Lady Ace. Little Cult of the Lamb. I'm so curious about that game, but I find it intimidating because I've watched people play it before, and it just seems like there's just so much going on at once. But it does seem like a fun game. Did you grow your cult? How is your cult doing? Of course, Draculina. Maybe been a few sacrifices, but you know what? Like, hopefully, the sacrifices were for the greater good. They offer. See, it's what they wanted. They offered themselves. You're letting them do what they want. That's fine. I hate to do this. Thank you so much for that raid. I'm starting to feel sick again, and rather than doing constant breaks so I can go be sick, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for that raid, though, Draculina, and I'm sorry that I'm ending so soon after your raid. But I think I need to listen to my body and go throw up. Let's find someone to raid though. First, I don't want to just ends. So if you guys can stick around for a quick second. I think I just saw that Mango went live, like just went live, and Mango BTuber just debuted a new model. So let's raid over to Mango. They're adorable. I hope you guys like their vibe. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I really didn't want to have to duck out, especially right after a raid, because I really appreciate that raid so much, Draculina. But I'm starting to feel nauseous again, and I think I need to just call it here, unfortunately. I don't know when I'll be able to stream again, hopefully tomorrow or the day after, but it's going to depend on not only how I'm feeling, but how the baby's feeling. Baby has to take priority, so I love you guys. So thank you so much for spending some of your time with me this morning. Hopefully next time I will feel better and the baby will feel better, so maybe we can stream for a bit longer. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. If I may be an insufferable millennial about it, it's hump day. Yeah, yeah. Have a good middle of your week, everyone, and I will see you guys next time, okay? All right, take care of yourselves. Promise me. Promise me you'll take care of yourself and you won't get sick. Promise. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye.